few hours until the meeting, so that should buy us some wiggle room. Until then, I'm going to have a word in a mess, see what the lowdowns know, and that'll be, what I'll be doing in the meantime. Basically, just sort of drinking, trying to get some gossip out of people every now and then, flashing onto the watch just to see what time it is.
Fair enough. So now we move over to Astrid. You're going to be talking to Sergeant Rush?
Yes.
Perfect. Rush is currently watching over the scene outside in the rain, though he's not. He's neither lean-to, so he's covered from it.
Alright, I'll just kind of head over to him.
Astrid, how you doing?
Yes. Good. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. So what is it you needed?
I was wondering if I could learn a bit more about this planet.
You want to learn a bit of something, huh? I'll tell you what. Stand here next to me. He's gonna put his gun to the side. He's gonna point towards, just above one of the spires. You see those small things perched up there?
Yep.
Here. He's gonna bring out his datapad and show you a picture. And what he shows you is this. You think of these small things as, kind of like a bird. Not like rather like that eats metal. They're more plant-based. They feed off plants' nectar and the like. They're harmless, but otherwise, sort of annoying since they're overly friendly. Now, let's see, there should be another one around here. He's actually going to draw his pistol at this point and point it towards, on top of one of the glass domes. You see that? And basically what you see is this. It's a wreck. Small little climby things can just swoop straight out of the jungle right here. They're always trying to pick apart the station, take shiny things away.
Do you know of any rarer creatures from the forest?
Rare ones. There is the Ulak. They're like us. They're bipedal. Kind of look like an alien race. Could be smart, but not us smart. Here, we found one of these nests in one of the supermassive lakes on the surface.
The heck is that?
You see, under those waters, they're much deeper than you think. They're not just lakes. Some would consider entire oceans on smaller planets. And down there, there's all sorts of other life. This is one of the pictures we got from a drone.
It's incredible.
It is. Been down there myself as well. And this is the ones we saw. He skips past it and there's these aliens, as you see here. Large things. Don't really have any fangs or anything, but the claws are intimidating. Larger than most people. But they're not violent. I stood there, as any good Mandalorian would, as one came up to me. Thought it was going to challenge me. But instead it just looked curiously. If you meet one, make sure don't approach it yourself. Let them approach you. That's the best way to avoid any fights.
I'll keep that in mind.
What he's going to do is then close the datapad and put it away. So, rain pouring down still. The others are off doing things then?
I suppose so. I'll ask him about the the Mackins thing. Can I roll a light side dice?
You can if
That's
you want.
too late. I already did it.
So yeah, he's just gonna go. Well, this may need to make sure that my clan doesn't really find me.
Oh, not on good terms.
Oh no, we're on great terms. One of the best hunters in the clan. That's really the problem. They're going a bit strange. After blood. They take too much pride in the kill and not the hunt. And they wanted me to become their leader. I knew they wouldn't follow my orders even though I gave them. So I left. Tried to give myself a name that wouldn't even sound like me. I think I made up a good one to myself.
Yes, it's definitely good.
What about you?
Oh, a high or low?
Hi.
Correct, Ash.
Always high.
I'm just traveling afar away from my clan for a bit.
I see. That's fair enough. I won't pry too much. We all have personal things that we want to keep hidden.
She just
Still.
kind of nods.
I wouldn't want my gang on this planet. They'd bathe it red. It deserves better than that. It deserves a proper hunt. But until the colony's up, I guess I won't be having that much fun. I can wait. Is there anything else you want to ask him?
No, but I do realize that if he found out why I was outcast, he'd probably fucking hate my ass. Because I was outcast for the same reason he doesn't like his clan anymore. I just like to kill things.
If that's the only thing you want to ask him to continue like that, and we can move on to Cora.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh.
Cora, it is you.
Right. And with that, I'm gonna go and try to find Ambassador Keter. And I'm gonna say that I am part of the crew that came earlier. She's probably gonna remember me by the fact that I'm the only one who's blatantly carrying a fucking broken lightsaber on her belt.
You're the only one with long, unsafe anime hair in the station.
Actually, Zhao Keter is currently pacing back and forth in front of a security room.
Oh. Is she now? I am gonna casually walk up to her with my hands behind my back and a big smile. Well, hello, fancy running into you here. About your shuttle problem. No matter what gets decided tomorrow, if somebody is going to be handling it, it's going to be me. Since I'm kind of the most qualified for the job, shall we say. I was thinking, maybe you and I can work out a little something between us before tomorrow's meeting. I can maybe, shall we say, sway things in your favor. If you're willing to listen. I fancy myself a bit of a hunter, so I would like to hunt, well, shall we say, some game for spectacle out there. That's in more...
So you want a permission to hunt?
Yes, I would wish to explore as much of the area outside there as I can, without having to worry about restrictions.
I would like you to roll negotiation with 1 red. Look at, wow, you have 3 blank greens. Jeez.
Yeah, jeez.
Looking towards you, she thinks for a moment and goes, fine, I will give you permission.
Excellent. I'm assuming that also comes with the, well, unspoken agreement that everything I pick up in there as a trophy is mine, correct?
Just make sure that you have my task done first.
Oh, then, I'll leave you to your work. Have a good night. And with that, I'm gonna wave her off and be on my way.
So, you want to meet with Republic then?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do the Republic one first.
The commander is currently waiting within the same room you saw her before.
Oh, and beforehand, I'll have given B2 some of the nice booze to serve for the meeting.
Oh, good, good. Not poisoning it?
No, not poisoning it. You know, every little advantage I can get before the talking even begins.
Good going.
B2 begrudgingly accepts the tray. He's a tad aggressive with the way he thrusts it in people's faces, but it doesn't spill anything.
Yeah, those are the
Alcohol's not-
preparations I make for the meeting, Ash.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. So soon you're ushered into the meeting area where the commander is waiting, legs crossed and still and looking towards you and expectingly. So we are here to discuss my task, correct?
Yes, you seemed to think it was rather vital. Here, I say, gesturing to a table for us to sit down and waiting while B2 gets out the nice booze.
Yes. My second will be here very soon.
I don't believe you mentioned a second. Lieutenant?
By the way, she actually smiles at this point. Yes, I did not mention a second that would be attending this meeting.
Well, by all means, while we wait for him, why don't you tell us about yourself? Quite young
Would
to
you
be a
like a
commander, aren't
drink,
you?
Mum?
She looks up at the droid, like, wandered over. It's like, no, I do not like to drink.
Especially
I
at
insist.
8 in the morning.
She looks at the droid that's insisting and just politely takes one.
So when she says the phrase, I do not like to drink, slight eyebrow cock, what I heard in my head.
Actually, as soon as she takes it, you can see it take like a few sips already. Even though she could easily just put it down and forget about it.
Oh, she's such a nice guy.
But yeah, she did take a sip because she was trying to be polite, but she really did enjoy it. Here's my second now. Dr.
I'm
Connor.
expecting the founder to walk in.
I see our patients have arrived. Walking in, he takes a close look at you all through his spectacular robotic eyes. Very interesting. Looking at Astrid, by the way, the small parts in his thing flip open, and they it's almost like he's scanning her. It's like, a fine specimen.
I narrow
Looking
my
through
eyes
the
at
armor.
him. But besides, I'd kind of like narrow my eyes and like bring my hand up to my chest a little bit, but besides that, don't do anything.
As this happens, I'm gonna lean over towards the doctor and go, allow me to translate. What my friend here is trying to say is, you're being a pest, and if you don't stop, she's going to hurt you.
Yes, violence. Of a lower-minded, that is a common response. By the way, looking towards you now, Corey, he looks confused. He's like, you?
Me?
What race are you?
Human. Isn't it obvious by my charming proportions? And she makes a point to show off her body.
I just like checking over Corey. The commander just looks to you, Jack, and sighs. She's like, Doctor, sit down. Of course. Excuse me, Corey, we can talk later.
If
With
you
that,
wish.
he moves over and sits down, getting his lab coat out of the way as he keeps his left hand behind his back. By the way, as he was walking around, some of you did notice that he seems to have some sort of strange gauntlet on his left hand that he's trying to, but not very well, hide.
Is it a weapon? Can I recognize it?
You can try warfare. Anyone who's seen it, so Astrid and Cora and stuff.
Okay,
Ooh.
nice.
Astrid and Cora, you both know that that's a prison gauntlet. It's used on emergency and basically homo vest sort of people. It's basically like a shot gauntlet, but on the inside out, and controlled by other people.
He must have done goofed.
Is it possible I could do some digging to try and get some clues as to what his crime was?
Illegal cloning and augmentation through grafting of alien parts onto bodies of people down on their luck.
Oh crap.
Okay.
That is...
I quietly PM you guys that info whilst we're in the meeting. Just over the data pads.
So we can begin then. Why don't you tell me more about your predicament?
But yeah, the commander's about to talk, but then the doctor goes, I will explain. Now, we require research materials from the Sith side of the research barrier. This would normally not be the problem, since we commonly share resources when we can, as indicated through our great success so far. However, with the security leak, they have refused stubbornly in order to allow us, and is getting all in the way of my work. I do have something to say about that. The commander speaks up. I have a special request.
And that is?
I desire you to take care of the Sith's problem first.
Oh. That isn't what I was expecting you to say.
It is simple tactics, Captain. If you take care of their issue, they are much more likely to let you into their territory without any trouble. Not only that, but I suspect highly that you have tried to make arrangements with them before. I mean,
I
that's
just
just
give her
what
a
I would
smile
do.
and say, I'm a neutral party, Captain. I've tried to make arrangements with everyone here for everyone's best interest.
As expected. So, in order to achieve our research materials and get them back in one piece, I suggest that you take their offer first. As long as ours gets done, the materials will always be there.
Very well. Oh. And I suppose, rather than, well, squabbling over who does what when, the real purpose of this meeting for you is to maneuver.
She gives a small nod. The doctor does not seem pleased. She's like, but if we get it sooner, then I can... Hush, doctor.
If I may, Commander, tell me, what was the point of you arguing with the ambassador about which issue should be solved first if you were so willing to let their issue be solved first?
Power.
When
If
their
I-
guard's down, they least expect another punch.
Exactly. If I was to back down suddenly, I would show weakness. They would come to expect more from me and demand more in return.
A sound logic.
But with you, a neutral party now involved, I am free to maneuver as I see fit, as long as you play along. The ambassador is
Aggressive.
not the one you should care for. Henson may not have a perfect record. He may not even have won that many battles. Not compared to me. But what troubles
But
me
he has
is
enough
that he
to
has...
steady,
Exactly.
even with your squadron waiting in the fringes.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Of course, Commander, I say, putting a stress on the title.
So, do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
That is good. Come along, Doctor. We should leave them to get ready for their next meeting. With that, the commander stands up and salutes you all as a sign of respect before leaving. The doctor's like, I can't believe I have to wait even more. The next meeting starts coming around, and you come up with Commander Zoe, but in the background, outside of the door, you can see clear smoke from Orville.
Well, I'll normal, point greeting and ask did you ask the captain up on my good offer?
The captain? Wait, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I gesture over her shoulder.
He's staying outside. Yeah, I am the ambassador after all.
just thought he might be interested to hear. We did have a very fruitful meeting. That's alright, I'm sure the Sith Empire has a lot to offer too. Why don't we sit down?
She sits down.
I say, holding out, getting some cigars out of my pocket.
Zoe just shakes her head. I can't stand the stuff.
Oh, that's a shame. I say, cutting the end off one and lighting it directly as I sit down.
Will you be handling my situation or not?
Oh, that's what we're here to discuss. Why don't you tell me the full details of your mission, maybe enlighten me onto why I should consider it over the generous offer the Republic gave me for theirs.
It's simple. The shuttle poses a security risk. If it could be spies, they could be attempting to steal what is rightfully ours.
Well, those
I
issues...
flash the most predatory wolf-like smile and wait for Cora to reply as I know she's about to.
While those issues do seem rather important, we are a neutral party and they don't seem like they're any of our concern, however.
Well, it is rather simple. It's a delicate matter in order to accomplish. The Republic don't want us to take any prisoners. And we don't want to kill anyone, apparently. So, we cannot exactly go and investigate ourselves with our own troops. And we can't send Rush because he hasn't got a delicate enough touch.
Ah, yes.
Which means you need us. Come on. You Sith are supposed to be powerful. Why don't you demonstrate some of that power?
I don't know what you mean. You're meant to be here to help us.
Yes, I'm meant to be here to help both sides. And I imagine in return for my help, you'd be happy to help me.
Suddenly, she slams her palms into the desk and goes, "You are not here to give orders. You are here to..." At that point, you hear small and you see the captain in the doorway. It's like, I do hope I'm not interrupting.
Just in time for a drink,
I seem
actually.
to have just enough cigars, I say, rolling one across the table to the Sith side.
Do you pull his own cigar back out that he gave you earlier?
I do.
Brushing his mustache a few times, he goes, "Thank you." And he instantly, within a moment, it's lit up. Like, you hardly even saw how he lit it. So, now, let us discuss
The
this,
best
shall
part
we?
is she's now surrounded by smoke on both sides.
She clearly does not enjoy it. He walks around, he doesn't even walk around with a table. He, in fact, places a hand on your shoulder, Jack, and he goes, "I think we can find a common angle, don't you believe? After all, I'm sure..."
I want to check if he's trying to use a Sith power.
You may low.
Wait, isn't he an officer?
I just want to make sure.
As he
He
basically...
might be using persuasion or something.
Yeah, he's not an officer, he's just really lucky.
Ah,
I mean, if he's an
As,
officer, then he probably isn't a Sith.
As he places a hand on Jack, I immediately step forward a bit to kind of give him the, not encroaching on his space, but kind of giving him the message, don't do that.
The
By the way,
impression
with
of
his-
that hand squeezes even a little bit, you lose
With,
it.
Yeah, basically.
by the way, with his other hand, he hasn't got a data pad in his other hand. He pats you on the shoulder, Astrid, and then slips a small chip into your thing. It's like, don't worry, I won't harm him.
Wait,
I'm
what
sure
did
the
he
ambassador
do?
here won't mind if we have a
He
bit of a
put
chat.
10 credits into your armor.
I'm not...
Wait, did he basically just pay a stripper?
I guess that's a thing now. Everybody gives
Alright, high or
Astrid
low?
money.
No,
High.
actually, not even. No,
Oh,
not
no.
actually
Here
even
we go.
high or low. I am
Breakdown in-
immediately like there's no change in my thing, but he can immediately tell that I did not appreciate that even a little bit, as I just delicately, quote unquote, remove his hand.
And because I know how this is about to erupt, I will just place one arm around his shoulder, sort of turn him and me and go, I imagine the ambassador won't mind if us captains share a few stories. Why don't we instead chat like gentlemen as I lead him away from the gathering of other people for the big boy chat.
Dude, are you seeing this?
Come on, T-Rex! Fuck you,
Get
bitch!
on the buildings, collateral damage.
Fuck collateral damage, I'm an giant ass robot!